Alright, what I've got here is a 2000 Mazda Miata. Bought it brand new, had 250,000 miles on it, spun a bearing, decided to pull the motor, thought about putting an LS conversion in it. Too much money, too much work. I had several other Miatas. Had a 2005 Mazdaspeed Miata. Got T-boned by a drunk driver, and lo and behold, now I have an engine that I can put in my 2000, which was my favorite car. I love the color on it, Evolution Orange. Anyway, so what I did is I lifted the body off the 2005 Mazdaspeed, left the whole subframe intact, engine and all, driveline connected, and just about 10 minutes ago I pulled the engine off the subframe there. Pretty easy to lift the body off. I can't remember how many bolts, like 8 bolts in total or something. It's just a lot of disconnecting lines and stuff like that, draining fluids and whatnot. As you can see, I plan on putting that in there here real soon. Got it pretty much all mocked up. I did change out a lot of the 2005 Miata stuff over here and over there. Have it ready to go. A couple things I did to make it easy though. I just want to kind of share it with everybody. The power steering lines disconnected right there. I left the clutch assembly still intact with all the fluid in it off the old car, so I can just bolt it to the transmission on the new engine right here and line it up with that right there. Pretty easy. I also left the air conditioning on this car intact. What I mean by intact is, yes, I did have to have somebody come and take all the refrigerant out of the cooling lines. Wasn't a big deal. Appreciate my neighbor helping with that. But just tied it all up, kept it all intact. Tied some wire on here, some string on here to keep it all in one piece. The other thing is, you can see where I've got this ready for where I just showed you on the rack and pinion, where that's going to attach to it for the power steering fluid, and I've got a hose clamp on there to keep it any more fluid from coming out. So I was able to salvage quite a lot of fluid from the power steering. The coolant, you can forget about it. You're going to have to let it all go. Got the coolant lines here and here that goes to the radiator. So pretty awesome little thing. It's really not that hard to do. Just take a lot of time to label all of your connectors. I just labeled them 1 through however many numbers I had, different colors for hoses and stuff like that. So when I go to put the donor wiring harness in there, it's going to make it really easy, just plug and play to hook it all back up. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I plan on doing 1 more, maybe 2 more, just hooking up the wiring and whatnot, which is going to be the really fun part. So anyway, tune in next time. Thanks. Alright, here's the update on where we're at. We got the engine in, and it is all hooked up except for the wiring harnesses, which I've now pulled through the firewall. Got the air conditioning hoses hooked back up. I'm going to have to change out the brake system to the ABS to work with whole electronics in the 2005 model that we've converted into this car. A few things to button up. Still got to bring the wire harness through on that side, which is still in the floorboard car over here, which is all over there. I'll put the carpet back in. Everything had to come out, you know, the heater box, the blower motor, all that stuff had to come out. I've now put it all back in. Had to put the carpet back in, then put that back in. But the whole car had to be gutted. I mean, everything's got to come out. I've already done the wiring harness back here, changed it all out, put the panel back in. So I'm in the process of actually rebuilding the car, putting it back together. Quite a mess, lots and lots of wires. If you want any idea how many wires, that's the old wiring harnesses out of everything. So also already changed out the wiring harness from the 2005 model here. I like to hang these kind of butcher style from the ceiling. Made it really easy to work on. Just took a little strap, hung it from there, changed it out. That wiring harness wasn't too bad, and there we got a tan interior instead of that black interior, so that's the way I like it. So change out the Bose system, everything switched over. There's not going to be a single piece of wire left in this 2000 model. It's all sitting right there in the floor. So my message to anyone who's watching this, if you're thinking about putting a turbo motor in a 2000 or a 99 model Mazda Miata, I wouldn't just buy the engine off the internet for $2,000 or $3,000. You're gonna have to put a lot more money, a lot more time in it than that. You're gonna need wiring harnesses. You're gonna need all sorts of things. Even the bracket for air conditioning, all that stuff. Couldn't use that on the 2000. Had to switch it out in 2005. Also, a couple other modifications. This is the 2005 that I got hit by the drunk driver in. On the 2000 model, this hole opening here for the wiring harness for the doors, because it has electronic locks and all that, it was a little bit smaller than this, so I actually had to cut out quite a bit to make it this same size as this, just to put the wiring harnesses in and get the doors back on. I had to take the doors off and everything of the gold car over there, the 2000 model. So pretty much the 2000 model looked a lot like this car looks right now. I had it stripped down to just like this. So a lot of work. The other thing I got to do is I got to switch out the fuel pump. Unfortunately, that fuel pump is bad because I already took the fuel pump out of my wife's car and switched it out for the one that was in here. So that's the one that was bad that was in my wife's car, which is also a 2005 Mazdaspeed. Hers is black, but so that's a bad one. I had to order a new pump. It's $210 or something like that plus tax. Absolutely ridiculous, but got to have the right pump for the car. Keep up with the turbo motor. So a lot of work done. Still got to do some more, but most of it is done. I just got to start hooking it all back up. I've already started putting everything back together. The seat belts even had to be changed out because they have sensors in them in the back, unlike the 2000 model. Changed out the emergency brake to the 2005. Also changed out the floor pedals to the Mazdaspeed. So we're talking a lot of work here. And the doors, of course, like I said, I had to widen that hole that's back in there, and then it actually fit in really good after I got it widened out. But all this had to change in the doors as well. So you can see the 2005 door handles, had to change all that mechanism out. Had to change out the locking mechanism for the power one with the electronic key, so you can unlock them with the key. Also the same thing for the trunk, even for the middle console. Lots of things that had to be changed out. So this whole door had to be gutted down to basically just bare metal, and then rebuilt with the 2005 guts in it. So had to take the glass out and everything. So pretty much a lot of work. So if anybody's ever thinking of doing this, like I said, don't buy a motor off eBay. You're going to need so much more than that. It's just amazing all the little things I run into. I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to change that out too. So my option to you would be to buy a wrecked Mazdaspeed car, because you're gonna need the whole car. You're gonna need everything out of it. So, and you can do that. Actually, when I got hit by that drunk driver, I bought that car back from the insurance company for like $2,600 or something like that. So $2,600. Put it in a car that I don't owe anything in it. Got a free car, don't have a car payment anymore. So worked out pretty nice. So for what all happened. So anyway, I guess I'll update the next video once I got her running. So all right, latest thing I've had to modify here. Let me slip this back in here. Is the door. Tried ordering some panels offline for the newer body style that have the switch that's in the handle, just like you have on the newer ones for your doors unlock and lock. Anyway, just went ahead and modified this one. I'll show you where I put them. Stuck it down here in the door pocket where you really can't see it, which is okay with me because I thought it looked like crap. Get a flashlight here, down in there, so I'll be able to lock and unlock the doors from there without it being on that door handle and messing up the inside interior and looking all ridiculous with a big black lock switch on there, so on the one door handle and not on the other. So got the door panels back in. next will be go ahead and finish putting that wiring harness through there, wiring up the motor, and probably have it started here by tomorrow. So, okay, what we're looking at here is the rear differential. And what I had to do, unfortunately, I didn't realize this was going to be a problem until I got to it. I had to change this out, this piece right here, which is the differential with the housing from the 2000. When I went to put the new axles in that have the ABS sensor hookup point on them and have the ring, as they call it, which is this little thing right here, which you probably can't see too well. Yeah, this guy right here that's all tooth looking. That guy right there wasn't on the 2000 because the 2000 didn't have ABS brakes. So this is your ABS sensor right here, which connects here. The old axles did not have a way to hook that up, unfortunately, so I had to change out, take the 2005 Mazdaspeed axles off, and was going to put them in to the existing rear differential I had on the 2000. Unfortunately, that didn't work. There's a couple of reasons why. This is where the where it connects on the 2005. This is where it goes into the differential. This is your spline drive that you got right there. That spline drive on the 2005 was bigger and has more splines on it than the 2000, so couldn't make it happen. Now, of course, you're probably wondering why, put that back down, why I changed that out and then just used the whole one off the 2005. I'll show you why. There's the 2000 model differential. It's broke, as you can see from the impact from when I got hit by that drunk driver. So the housing was useless. I was able to mate up the 2005 differential into the 2000 housing, so just an FYI. Now I'm also going to have to change out the front spindles, which also have this nifty little ABS ring on it, as you can see is on the spindle. And I would just change out just the hub, but I can't, because as you can see, that's where the ABS sensor attaches to. You gotta have that to attach your sensor. Without your sensors on, your ABS system is going to go crazy. I'm not sure what all it's going to do, but I know the engine light's going to come on, the ABS light's going to come on, something to that fact, and for all I know, it might not even let you run the car. So here's the old axles out of the 2000 model, and you can see that's where the brake caliper mounts. There is no place to attach your ABS sensor, and you also don't have those little teeth like you do here on the 2005. So, just an update. I was almost done. That's pretty much all I got left to do, other than the headlights, which I'm going to have to mod them because I don't want to use the 2005 headlights, because yes, I think they are ugly. The 2000 headlights I like much better, but problem is I have the 2005 wiring harness, which you have both a separate high beam and low beam connectors. So the 2000, the high beam, low beams in one connector. So once I change out both these axles, put the wait for the silicone to dry on the rear differential, I'll button it up, put all this back together, drop the rear end back down. I had to unfortunately take the drive shaft out again, part of the exhaust, to get that differential out, which really sucked. I was not thinking that it would be that different, 2000 2005. Figured it'd just be easy to change out just the axles, leave the old differential in there, but obviously that didn't happen. A couple of other updates, put the fuel pump in there, so gotten that all buttoned up. Now I'm just waiting on my new convertible top, because my old one is completely shot, rain rail, bad shape, it's cracked, so it's going to leak. Did update the interior a little bit, put the tan leather boot shift and on the e-brake and the 6-speed transmission shifter there. And pretty much other than that, put the top in, put the interior back in, get the front spindles back on, we're ready to roll. Alright, here it is, the final video, the completion of the 2000 Mazdaspeed Miata conversion that I completed in my garage all by myself. So here it is, get a final walk around of it. Got the key fob here, so I can unlock the doors or lock them, which doesn't come standard on the 2000 models. Also have the trunk popper. I really like that feature too, which is nice. Got the interior completely finished, except for, yikes, need some new seat covers. Mine are pretty shot. But also, one other thing that I did that I didn't show in the build process was I even changed out the scuff plates to the Mazdaspeed. Had to order the tan part that just had a regular Miata symbol there, and then pop it out, switch it with the Mazdaspeed. So the brake pedals down there need some new floor mats too. Those are kind of worn out, but got the steering wheel changed out as well. Pop the engine here. Pop the hood, I mean. There you have it. 2005 Mazdaspeed motor and a 2000 Mazda Miata. As far as I know, it's probably the only Mazdaspeed Evolution Orange Miata. And I'll start it up here. And also finally figured out the headlight conundrum. So my headlights do work. And there you have it. The end.